mama doing?
Ooh, Grandma, what a big mouth you've got.
You ain't seen the half of it, dearie.
Films like Little Red Riding Hood and other popular cartoons have depicted coyotes and wolves to be vicious and even crude. These representations have changed the public's attitude towards coyotes to be fearful.
In the West, Native American cultures have celebrated the coyote as the creator of life, often depicting them with human-like qualities. In Native mythologies, the coyote symbolizes a trickster that teaches morals and values through actions. Cultures as far back as the Aztecs have coexisted and respected coyotes for their adaptability and cunning ways.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway, looking for adventure, and whatever comes our way. Yeah, darling, go make it happen. Take the world in a loving embrace. Fire all of the guns at once and explode into space. I like smoking lightning. Heavy metal thunder, racing with the wind, and the feeling that I'm under. Yeah, darling, go make it happen. Take the world in a loving embrace. Fire all of your guns at once and
poison them, drown them, bash them on the head. I don't care how you kill the little beast, just do it, and do it now!
Seeing coyotes in your neighborhood is usually no reason for alarm. In most situations, people living in close proximity to coyotes do so without conflict, with the coyotes keeping their distance and residents accepting a touch of the wild in their neighborhood. However, if coyotes lose their fear of humans, they can become a problem. They enter neighborhoods searching for food left outside, rummaging through garbage, and preying on cats and dogs. They may even begin to approach people. The Division of Wildlife is working with state agencies and local municipalities to find a solution to these problem coyotes. If you live in a problem area, you can help in this effort by taking the precautions explained in this video and by taking a new attitude towards coyotes. Coyotes are North America's native wild dogs. They are highly efficient predators that evolved on the prairies and grasslands of the Midwest. Coyotes have been here since the West has developed. Cunning and extremely adaptable, they easily fell into step with changing times, learning quickly to make the most of our progress. Coyotes by nature are shy and secretive animals, avoiding contact with humans whenever possible. When living around people, they are mostly nocturnal, coming out into the evening and hunting until dawn. During the day, they retreat into hideouts in dense cover and remain there hidden from view. However, when their pups are born in late spring, the parents may hunt around the clock to keep their pups fed. Coyotes usually dig dens in open space hillsides, and they utilize culverts, porches, and outbuildings in the city. Although they appear much larger, adult coyotes typically weigh only about 25 to 35 pounds. Within each pack or family group, the dominant members are the alpha male and the alpha female. Present in your neighborhood, you may choose to become proactive in the process of maintaining their fear of humans. While it's largely impossible as well as impractical to get rid of coyotes, it is possible to learn to minimize problems by altering our behavior when we are around them.
Coyotes can be heard once again in San Francisco for the first time in decades. As they arrive in cities and towns all across the continent, the new film American Coyote explores their impact on our ecosystems and on our human communities.
Over the last 10 years, scientists are really starting to see how vital a coyote can be to an ecosystem. They can actually be the largest carnivore in a particular ecosystem, which almost functioning as what's called a keystone predator. And in fact, one study that looked at coyotes living in fragmented habitats in San Diego showed that when coyotes were lethally removed from the area, it resulted in an increase in mesocarnivores like skunks, raccoons, opossums, feral cats. Their numbers proliferated. They then had a devastating impact on the ground nesting bird species. And so it can then have this very negative effect on the whole ecosystem.
So is there any way to manage coyotes? Some people, like sheep farmer Maggie Julson, believe they found a natural technique.
The old-fashioned way of controlling coyotes is with a gun. But I believe a lot of ranchers and stewards of the land are changing at this point.
And they're doing it by putting guard animals such as burros or donkeys, dogs and llamas in their flocks.
All the different guard animals do different things. The burros, the male burro has a tendency to chase away the coyotes. The female burro pretty much stays within the herd. Then my llama, the llamas just don't like dog-like animals.
An unguarded flock of sheep is defenseless. But aggressive guard animals can protect it. The coyote is harassed until it is confused and eventually looks elsewhere for a more predictable meal.
With all of them up here, I feel fairly safe. And for me, it's the most logical thing to do is to have the guard animals. It's much more efficient than government trapping or anything because they're always here. And they do what they do naturally.
The Carnivore Conservation Act of Massachusetts is a brand new effort to protect wildlife in our state. This document was drafted by several canine specialists and aims to shorten hunting seasons, provide a definition for cruelty to carnivores, eliminate hounding and baiting, and provide sanctuaries where coyotes are safe from hunting. This act is projected to be on the 2014 ballots and needs public support.
I saw a werewolf with a Chinese menu in his hand. booty hole folks.
Keeping the adaptability of coyotes in mind, we must be careful how we train them. Coyotes have been co-evolving with our technologies like traps for years. They can spring traps and have also been known to become increasingly sneaky with den location and activity patterns to avoid people. Some believe that current methods of coyote management are selecting coyotes to be even more cunning and adaptable than they already are.
I'm howling around your kitchen door. You better not let him in. Little old lady got mutilated late last night. Werewolves of London again.
Oh! Who's that I see walking in these woods? Why, it's Little Red Riding Hood. Hey there, Little Red Riding Hood. You sure are looking good. You're everything a big bad wolf could want. Listen to me, Little Red Riding Hood. I don't think little big girls should go walking in these spooky old woods alone. Oh, what big eyes you have, the kind of eyes that drive wolves mad. So just to see that you don't get chased, I think I ought to walk with you for a ways. What full lips you have, they sure to lure someone bad. So until you get to Grandma's place, I think you ought to walk with me and be safe. I'm gonna keep my sheep suit on until I'm sure that you've been shown that I can be trusted walking with you alone. Oh!